So why don't you introduce yourself?
So my name's Harry, I'm 23 years old, I'm from South East London and I am a referee with London FA.
Harry, where did you first start getting into football?
It has to be at quite an early age if you ask me. I'd have to say about 9 or 10 years old because my uncle used to take me down to Charlton Athletic quite a bit and I just found that the style of football that they used to play was quite a good sight to see, and I thought that maybe one day I'd actually like to be on that stage myself, whether it be from a player's point of view or a referee's point of view or from a coach's point of view. At the time, I would have been happy with either one of them.
So, my name's Harry, I'm your referee for today. All I expect, high foot, please be careful. I want no injuries whatsoever today. Any abuse towards me, I will speak to you first, but apart from that, I will send you off for 3 minutes, okay? Right, let's go, let's enjoy the game. Two halves, 20 minutes. No, two halves, 40 minutes. 40. Ping ball. Thank you. Let's go.
Yeah, inside. Yeah, come here. What play do you want? Yeah, come here. Yeah, come here. Yeah. There you go.
Okay, so that's Harry as a footballer. A lot of people at Mambo's know you as a referee. When did you make that switch to officiating?
So I made the switch as a referee at the age of 15 years old. So coming up 9 years ago now, as I was just sitting my mock exams for the summer, and I just thought it'll be a nice source of income as a young lad, and but it's also something that I'm very passionate about. But me myself as a referee, I've always found that as long as I've got the player's safety at heart, and as long as I can guarantee a player's safety, that the game is carried out in a respectful manner, that I will still have everyone's respect at the end of the game, and and just so I can have a nice, respectful game of football. And if it does kick off, then it's not really at my fault, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of people there, they like your style of refereeing, you're quite to your point. Is that something that you picked up over your experience, or was that just something from the jump?
So I used to go to this refereeing group called Mastermind with London FA. They actually used to draft in a level 1 referee from the Premier League. His name was actually Chris Kavanagh, if you know who that is. He actually taught me that I need to be very direct with what I've given, why I've given, and what I've given, and if there is any disciplinary measures to be considered, to do it quickly, but be direct to the point, but also take in what the player's saying and take it on board myself.
Okay. And with your goals in terms of being a referee, where do you see yourself really heading, and what's your aspirations for refereeing?
So my goals and aspirations would be to progress up the refereeing ladder as far as I can climb. I would love to be a level 1 referee myself, and hopefully progress onto UEFA qualification and FIFA qualification. But if not, all's not lost. I would quite happily referee National League games, and as long as I can pursue a career in football as a referee, I'll be quite happy in life.
And Harry, what does that next 3 months or 6 months look like in terms of getting to that goal?
So far I would have to go through a phase called requalification as a referee. So I would have to resit a requalifier exam, and I would have to go through a refresher course on law updates, practical refereeing training again, just to refresh my mind on what I've got, what my role is as a referee, and basically just so I know I've not lost my touch, if you get what I'm trying to say.
Play on advantage! No. He had advantage, he had a shot. I'm not sure.
Hey, you can't say that.
I wasn't sure on that. No foul there. No, that's clean. No, I'm not giving that. Laces. No, laces. No.
And Harry, as we all know, football is accessible to all people, and people may not know that you actually have autism. And what would your message be for just an insight to how it is having autism and what you're trying to do with football?
So, from my personal experience, being an autistic referee is that coaches are not always going to know that not all disabilities are visible. There'll be some that are very welcoming, very friendly. They'll try and make you feel as relaxed as possible, but you will get the odd coach that just does not care, wants to get the game over and done with and just go home, which I fully understand. But the moment a coach has always got rude with me, that's when I've drawn the line and then just been like, look, enough is enough. You've said what you have to say. Now let's keep calm and let's move on.
Definitely. And what would your advice be for somebody in your kind of same position, the kind of tips and tricks to help them navigate the footballing world?
So to navigate the footballing world, you need to be able to keep calm under pressure. You're always going to have players wanting to influence your mind to give that penalty or to give that free kick. You're always going to have coaches that are going to be shouting in your ear all the time. But it's more important that you keep calm and you just go with what your gut is telling you, because 9 times out of 10 your gut instinct is going to be right. So an example of this would be when I had to referee a cup final a few years back. It was the London Cup final for an under-12s game between two teams in the North region of London. I'm not sure the teams exactly, but I had one coach that was trying to be in my ear the whole game. I eventually had to stop the game and remove him from the technical area because I just couldn't guarantee his players' safety, because he was ranting, he was raving, he was swearing, and I didn't want the kids to be hearing that kind of language, especially at the age of 11 years old.
Definitely. And another thing I would ask is, what would you say to footballers that are players that they need to understand from an officiator's point of view?
So from a referee's point of view, there will always be something in the back of our mind saying, with this situation, is the player safe? Has he made a direct attempt to play at the ball? And if he has won the ball, what are the consequences of that action? Like, has he been careless, which is just a simple mistake? Has he been reckless, which is no attempt to play the ball whatsoever? Or has he used any excessive force whatsoever to try and immediately endanger an opponent? So careless, I would take no further action and just have a quiet word in his ear. If it's reckless, that's when I'd have to get the yellow card out and just be like, enough is enough. The next one of them, you're going to be off the pitch, and I really don't want that. But the moment he uses any excessive force whatsoever, that would be my cue to eject him from the game and just be like, what you've done is so severely out of hand that now I can't have you play the rest of the game. Please leave the field of play.
Yeah, do one.
Sorry, mate. No.
I didn't touch him! Hey!
You got the man. You got the man. You got the man. You got the man. He got the man. He got the man. No.
You actually got the ball there, you know? Yeah, that's GPA. Hey, that's a wrap. I think my first meeting was a red though.
No. 2 steps. 2 steps. Right, go up to the ball, take 2 steps. Go up to the ball, take 2 steps. Save. Play.
Forward.
So Harry, what would you say have been your heights in terms of being a referee in the footballing world?
So I've actually had the privilege of working alongside referees of much higher caliber of refereeing than what I referee at the minute. So the first female assistant referee in the Premier League. I've actually had the privilege of working with her. I can't exactly remember her name off by heart, but I've actually learned a few things from her as an assistant. My mentor has also shown me a few tips and tricks as to quickly come to a decision of what to give and what punishment is fitting for that certain situation.
And also, so what would you say have been your lows in terms of football?
So this would be quite a hard one for me because of my autism, and it would be the fact that being an autistic referee, we get a lot of discrimination against our condition. But that's mainly because people just don't understand what the condition is about. Which mainly we just see the world differently to how others would perceive things, and even if we're a high functioning person which is quite hyperactive, quite social, me on the other hand, I'm more reserved. I like to be more quiet, I like to observe things and then come to an opinion myself.
So what do you think the steps taken can be so that people like yourself feel included in the sport?
There are definitely ways that coaches can improve to make others feel welcome, and it's always like sometimes it can be just to give the person a little bit more time to understand what's going on. Because I recently started playing for Charlton Athletic Ability Counts, which is a football team that's actually full of people with disabilities of any kind, and they've always made sure that the players actually feel safe, feel included at all times, and it's mainly due to coaches and it's mainly because of the coaches adapting to people's conditions. They know what we can and can't do, and it's all like when I've been training with them, they've always known how to make me feel included, and it's actually brought the best out of my footballing ability as a keeper.
And I'll just be interested to ask, when you were younger and as a kid, do you think there's been progression of these kind of teams that are more inclusive? How was it back in the day for you?
Back in the day, it was definitely a lot harder because coaches are actually more brought up to date with training people with disabilities as of the FA Level 1 coaching badge. As there is a unit in that training that will actually help coaches understand the basics of different conditions. For example, the conditions that kind of get spoken about in that training now is ASD, which is autism spectrum disorder, ADHD, and epilepsy, because epilepsy in football is largely increasing. More and more people with epilepsy are wanting to play football, but sometimes they feel they can't because of their condition and because of their seizures.
Outside of football, what do you really get up to? Like, what is Harry outside of being a referee?
So me, outside of refereeing and any kind of football environment, I'm quite a laid-back person. I have a very small and select group of friends that I like to hang out with. But if I'm not playing football, I love playing a nice game of darts, or any sport in particular. I'm really not fussed. Just as long as I'm not kept at home all day playing my Xbox or nothing, like being indoors just bores me, and I like to be out, I like to be active, and I like to go exploring.
Okay. And when was your first time that you came to Mambo's?
It would have to be around a year ago now. I'd added the page off of Snapchat, and I just asked the man straight up, if you'd like a referee to come down and help officiate the sessions, then I'd be more than happy to try and allocate some of my time out of work to come and help you out whenever. And it was like, yeah, come down. Like, we're crying out for referees to try and help the sessions run smoothly. And I've actually seen for myself that it's a very positive outcome having a referee there, because actually playing at the sessions myself,
I'll own up to it.
because I've always seemed to be
Yeah.
a bit of a regular.
Yeah, I'll take that on board, man.
I like to play there, I like to referee there, but me actually officiating the sessions, it seems to have a much more positive outcome, because there's no arguing between decisions. Well, not much arguing between decisions, shall I say. And people have actually come up to me after the session and actually went, "Thank you, ref, for being here, because it's actually hell to come here without a referee."
Definitely. And I would also like to ask, what do you think is different about Mambo sessions to any other football sessions?
I definitely think it's different because, in complete honesty, I've never seen a 10-a-side football played on a 7-a-side pitch, but Mambo seems to have it in a way that he actually makes all ability seem welcome, instead of sessions always being towards more gifted players or more talented players. He actually seems to mix the teams very well, and he actually makes sure that other people actually socialise with each other, and puts teams together in ways he knows will actually gel with each other and actually try and make as fair a game as possible, instead of just saying this team's going to win outright and this team's going to have this many players and just outright lose.
Touch.
Hold it, man. Keep back.
Get your hand down. It was last goal wins. So, session's now over. In my eyes, it was a good session. Both teams actually played some very good football. Obviously, I had a couple of yellow cards, but I explained to the players what they were for. Obviously, what I saw of the situation and what I expected of them. But yeah, very good session, man. Please come and attend.